Good morning, students. I hope all of you are fine today. So let's continue with the chapter which we are doing previously, which was some natural phenomena. Now, students, our next topic is earthquakes. Now, there are some natural phenomena, students. For example, thunderstorms, cyclones. Okay, they are predicted by meteorologists. Okay, meteorologists are those persons who deals with these kind of natural phenomena. Okay, now, there are certain natural phenomena which are uncertain and which we cannot predict accurately and exactly. So, one of them is earthquake. So, it occurs as shaking or trembling of the earth's surface. Okay, and it naturally lasts for a very short span of time. Now, you must be thinking that what is the cause of the earthquake? The main cause of earthquake is the disturbances inside the crust of the earth, students. Now, deep inside the earth, earthquakes occur all the time. However, there are some changes which you can see on the earth's surface. Okay, now these changes are not noticeable. So sometimes major earthquakes occur on the earth's surface which might be destructive. Now what earthquakes can lead to? It leads to loss of life. Some instances it loss of property such as buildings, bridges, houses. Every buildings are lost, every wealth has been lost. It occurs floods, landslides, tsunamis, etc. Now, what is the cause of an earthquake? See, students, our Earth's surface is divided into many several layers. You can see in the picture crust, mantle, inner core, and outer core. Now, the outermost layer of the Earth is divided into several plates. Okay, students, so these plates are always in motion, that is, they always in moving. Now, as they move past each other or when they collide, okay, some kind of disturbances arises in the Earth's crust. So these disturbances, they are called as earthquakes, or you can say as tremor, students. Now, what are the other causes of earthquakes? There are some, might be volcanic eruptions. When a meteor, okay, meteor means some kind of heavenly objects which flows in outer surface, okay, in outer space. So when a meteor hits the earth's surface, then also earthquake arises. Some kind of nuclear explosion under the earth's surface is also a reason of earthquake. Now, students, although the causes of an earthquake, they are very much clear to the scientist, but they cannot be predicted that when it will happen or how we can prevent the earthquakes from getting destructive. Okay, now the next topic is the what are seismic zones. The movement of the plate, students, which causes an earthquake. So hence the earthquakes are most likely to occur on their boundaries. The areas that lie on the boundaries of these plates, they are called as weak zones, or you can say as seismic zones, or you can say as fault zones. Okay, Susan? Now, you must be thinking that how earthquake is being measured. It's been measured with the help of an instrument which is called Richter scale. It is a scale which is used to determine the magnitude, or you can say determine the strength of an earthquake. So students, destructive earthquakes, they do read in the Richter scale of around more than 7. A Richter scale is not a linear scale, students. That is, a magnitude of Richter scale 6 does not imply that it is 1.5 times more destructive than an earthquake with a magnitude of 4, students. It rather means that an earthquake of a magnitude of 6 is 100 times more powerful, students, than an earthquake with a magnitude of 4. That means if you think that a scale of around 2, it increases to 100 times. Okay, now, our next topic is what are seismic waves? The earthquakes which produces waves on the earth's surface, they are called as seismic waves. Now, these waves, students, they travel in all directions on the earth's surface. Now, the focus of an earthquake inside the earth's surface where the earthquake originates, this is called as the focus, or you can say as hypocenter. Okay, students, and the epicenter is a region on the earth's surface which lies just above the focus of the earthquake, which is called epicenter. Now, the earthquake does not originate from the epicenter, students. Now, what do you mean by seismograph? Now, seismograph is an instrument which records the seismic waves. Now, it contains a metal rod, okay? it contains a metal rod or a pendulum, which you can see in the picture, which vibrates as the earthquake occurs. Now the metal rod is attached to a pen, students, which records the waves on the paper. Now scientists study these waves and then they construct a map of the earthquake which is occurring on that point of time. So this also helps them in determining the strength of the earthquake. Okay. Now how we can protect ourselves against an earthquake? Now students, there are some following measures which should be taken by people to make their houses of buildings from the earthquake, okay, to make safe of their houses of buildings. So what are those steps? People should always consult architects and engineers before constructing a new buildings or new house. The roofs of the building should be kept light. Timber or mud should be used in the construction of buildings rather than heavy materials. Now the shelf or the cupboard should be fixed to the wall, students, so that they do not fall off easily. Now things such as photo frames, geysers, clocks and other wall hangings, they should not be placed in a place that does not harm anybody if they fall off. Now students, buildings should have firefighting equipment as earthquakes may cause fires. Okay, you can see in the pictures. So these are the architectural engineering works which helps the buildings to protect against the earthquake. Now how can people protect themselves from an earthquake, students? One should hide under a table until the earthquake stops. One should not stay close to heavy and tall objects. If one is in bed, they should cover their head with a pillow instead of getting up. Now these are the safety measures which should be taken while you inside your home or in office. Now one should find a place which has no tall buildings around or even trees. If a person is inside a car or a bus, they should drive slowly to a clear place and they should be inside until the earthquake stops, students. Okay, students. So students, our chapter is completed here. So I have uploaded all the question answers through the PDF. So go through the PDF, students, understand the chapter properly and then try to analyze what is the chapter is all about. Okay, students. So that's all for today. Thank you.